Hi, my name is Alex. I like wood carving and general woodwork. I like to use hand tools while I'm doing my woodwork. So just now I'm working on a sign, a hand carved sign, and this is the letter R, and I'm going to carve it out with hand tools. I use a basic set of carving chisels. I've got gouges. I mainly use gouges, and I've got a few flat chisels, the butt chisels. Nothing fancy. This letter R stands 35mm tall, or 1.5 inches if you're used to imperial measurement. Yeah, you can see it good on the camera, I think. I don't have fancy equipment because you know woodwork doesn't really pay, as you are probably well aware. It's more that people just do this, because they're passionate about it. And hey, I'm one of them who's passionate about woodwork. So I'm just using a skew chisel now, a skew knife now. Not really a chisel, is it? And I'm blocking out the outline of what I am basically going to be carving into and making a relief section of. This is to guarantee that you don't get blowouts. Because for all the time you spend, if you're going to, do wood carving or whatever, for all the time that you spend on a single letter, for instance, the last thing you want is for it to be blowing out on you. Sharpening is one of those things that's very important, and one day sharpening simply just clicked, and so I keep my tools very sharp, polished. I find a polished edge is going to slice the wood, whereas something that's just sharp, it'll fracture your wood as you're working with it. So this wood here that I'm carving is softwood. It's not ideal carving wood by any means, and I do prefer using hardwood while I'm carving. But in saying that, I'll carve anything I'm able to put in front, or on my workbench, I should say. I don't use machines. They're noisy, they're dangerous, and if you blunt in a tip, you've got to replace it. Whereas with hand tools, once your tool is dull, you take it to the sharpening stone, take it to the polishing wheel, and you're good to go. So hand tools interest me way more than what machinery ever did. So we're going to leave that section of the letter R for now, and we are going to go to the curved piece up here and the round circle part. I was taught wood carving from the age of 12 on Pitcairn Island by master carver Paul Warren, and I've always gone back to it. You know, the job's not going well, I go to my shed and I start carving. I'm not feeling good about something, I just go to the shed and start carving. So I thought I'd get serious about it and try and make something of it. It's a slow grind, it's a hard grind. Man, believe me. Yep. But I'm at the stage now where I'm just going to do it, no matter what. So it's taking shape now. I always do the carved sections first, the round sections first, I should say. They're the hardest parts, the most challenging. And so I just get them over and done with and get them out of the way before I go on to the straight bits of the piece, or the straight pieces or straight edges of the letter, because the straight sections of the letter are that easy, it's not funny. There. I'm just using this 6mm flat chisel. It's just a Stanley chisel. Industrial steel. You know, it does the job. I got this chisel set just from a local BMS store. And the gouges that I use are, you know, the Swiss made ones. Yep. Just got the basic carving set. But you know, everything costs money, but you start off on the basics and build from there, don't you? So it's starting to take shape now. It's not going to take very long at all from this point. I do all the rounds first. It's just something that I find easy to do. Now for the flats. So this is the very quick part, quick process. And I just work away at it gradually. Yeah, I got Facebook, I got Instagram, you know, all that social media. Just for people to have a look at what I do if they're interested. I don't run a website because I only carve pieces when I'm asked. Just custom, you know. There. I'm not how well you can see this. It's an overcast day. I got the light switched on above my head. And this sort of stuff really stands out when there's sunlight, and when the sunlight and shade hits it, you know, cast shadows through the letters. It really jumps out. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to, you know, just make mistakes. But you cover them up as best as you can, and when the piece is done, it all starts to look good. So I do this sort of stuff in Australia, in Toowoomba, you know, where I'm living. originally from New Zealand, taught by Master Carver Paul Warren years ago when I was 12, in my mid-30s now, so, and I've just been doing it throughout the years, nothing to it. Now just to tidy this section up, and it's basically finished. Keep your sections wide because, well, I plane over it with a hand plane for a final smooth, and also get rid of any pencil lines that you don't want on the finished product. So this lowercase letter R is now done. Thank you for watching.